Hello, everyone. This is Mom Cherry and Garcia Durante, and this is once again Everyday Learner. Welcome to our webinar, which is entitled Are You a Social Media Addict? So, once again, we are sponsored by Above and Beyond Classrooms. Now, many of you are probably wondering what is ABC, and some even ask me questions if this is actually a school. So, let me clarify those by saying that ABC is an organization which envisions to give quality seminars to the students for free and so as to make their trainings accessible and beyond what the classrooms can provide. Above and Beyond Classroom has been a partner of different schools like STI, we have PUP here, and we also do, before the pandemic, we also did partner with Pamantasan ng Kabuyao and also some school. Because of the pandemic, we had to cancel some of our engagements because we cannot do mass gatherings. So what we did instead is to provide the webinars that you are now watching. These webinars are actually intended for high school students and college students. However, we are so blessed to have our educators also with us. So I have a lot of teachers joining the webinar and giving me feedback that it is actually helpful for them, their teaching and also their parenting. So it is such a blessing to know your comments about ABC. ABC was founded for the reason of giving back to the academic community. So we have a pool of scholars and also a pool of speakers who desire to provide this kinds of training to different students. However, due to this pandemic, as I've said, we are not able to do some of the courses that we actually offer, like some basic photography. We offer some basics on painting, and we have people who are skilled at this, who are able to give their skills for free to the students. Just what I've said. This is our way of giving back to the community. And what we do is something that is holistic. So, for those who have been with us on our different webinars, you know that we want to target not just the mental capacity of the students or not just your heads, but also your hearts and also your attitude. So, that is what we are trying to do holistically, and also to provide some spiritual guidance, of course, to those who need it. So that is what ABC is all about. So I hope that you would continue your patronage of ABC, Above and Beyond Classroom, and also Everyday Learner. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so for those who have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so. Just click the subscribe button that you can find there on your screen at the right lower portion, and just click subscribe. And if you subscribe, please give us a hello or a thumbs up, or share us your comments. Just tell us where you're from, and we'll try to get back to you. Now, here is the link that I'm showing you: https slash tinyurl.com social med addiction. This is the link to the test that we are giving out. This test will gauge if you are a social media addict. So you have to be able to answer them before you go through this webinar. Okay? So please go there, download that link. So it's open to all who has the link. So if you have this link, just go there, download it, answer it. Please be honest in answering it. Now, you will need your scores here. So after you answer this one, you have to go to this link, which is our registration form. HTTPS, what is this, colon, backslash, tinyurl.com sm addiction reg. Now, here you will input your scores from the test, okay, so that you will be able to register. So I hope that you are, you know, participating on this, you will know if you're an addict. I know you want to know, based on your social media use nowadays, if you are already on that addiction level. So if you want to know that, then please go to the test, answer the test, download it if you want to. If you not, you can answer it online, and then tally your scores and then input it on this registration form, because you cannot register without the scores that you have. Okay, and then there is a second part to that. It's a SAD, total S, total A, total D. So there is an instruction there. You just read it and then input your scores again on that reg form. Okay, so make sure that you follow the instruction for you to be able to get your certificates later on. Okay, so I hope that you understand that. Now, along this webinar, this is a 3 session webinar. So, along this session webinar, we will show you a password. Okay, and let me remind you that we will show it to you without any warning. So, for those who are just listening to this webinar and not actually looking at the screen, you might miss it being shown, the passcode being shown. So it will show for about, a few seconds. So if you are looking at the screen, you will be able to find it. Okay, so I hope that you are with us on this webinar and you're as excited as I am in discussing social media addiction and knowing if you are actually an addict. Okay, so let's now begin. Let's start with some statistics, if the stat is right. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to allow you some time to probably come up with an answer. And let's see if your answer is correct. So, this is your first question. What percentage of the population accounts for active social media users? What percentage of the total population accounts for active social media users? The correct answer is 49%. So the total world population, about 49% of those are actually active social media users. So about half. Another question. What percentage of Filipino internet users watch videos online? What percentage of Filipino internet users? So if you're a Filipino and using the internet, how many of them do you think are actually watching videos online? How many percent? So the correct answer is 98%. So if you have internet access, you probably will be watching videos online. It's 98%. It's a huge number in considering all Filipino internet users. Next statistics, how many millions, we're talking about millions here. How many million Filipinos are active social media users? How many million Filipinos? Your correct answer is, this is from 2020 statistics, okay? 73 million. 73 million are active Filipino social media users. So Facebook, yeah, so you have 73 million. Another question, in the Philippines, what is the average daily time spent on the internet? So this is based on Filipino statistics in the Philippines. Okay, what is the average daily time spent on the internet? Before you answer that, answer first, how many hours do you spend on the internet yourself? Okay, so please comment that on the comment section below. How many hours do you spend on the internet every day? How many hours? Okay, and then we will compare it to the average. Are you below average? Are you average user? Or are you above average? Bordering on genius. Okay, so the average Filipino uses internet daily for about 9 hours and 45 minutes. Can you imagine? It's almost 10 hours. We are using the internet for 10 hours. So I know that's a huge amount of time spent on the internet, but especially for those who are working from home or are having classes online. So obviously it will be larger than this probably, because even if you have, let's say, work from home, after work from home you still go to the internet, right? And watch some videos, or post something on the internet or Instagram, or browse your web. So these are the things that we do. And I don't know about you. Are you above average? Are you below average? Are you average, within your average spending as a Filipino who is using the internet? Okay, so what is the internet situation now globally? And then we will zoom in the Philippines. So globally, the total population, this is in January 2020, is 7.75. Now, the source of this information is actually from the United Nations. So, um, and we are social and Hootsuite. So if you want a copy of that that information, you can find it on their website. Now, as you can see here, 7.75 billion Filipinos, or rather, billion in total population in the world. Now, among those, about 5.19 billion have mobile phones, or are unique mobile phone users. So it means that it's not just for Filipinos especially, we have more than one mobile phones, right? This one is unique mobile phone users. So it's about 67% penetration in terms of the total population. For internet users, 4.54 billion are actually using the internet. Okay, and 3.8 billion are using social media in the whole world. Okay. Now, if you zoom in on the Philippines, this is the Philippines. So, as you can see, our total population is 108 million. Okay, 108 million. But look at your mobile phone connections. 173 million mobile phone connections, which means that about 159% of the population, more than 100%, which means that for one person, they probably have more than one mobile phone connection. Okay, let me ask you this. How many phones do you have that has its own number? Okay, or how many mobile phone connections do you have? Can you write it on the comment section? How many mobile phone connections do you have? Maybe we will find who has the most. Okay. So uh the most that I had talked to during my seminars in different universities, one of the students there, he has like 12 mobile phones, okay, 12 active mobile phone numbers. And I asked him, how are you able to, like, use this, all of this? So he told me that some of them I'm rarely using, but I have 12 mobile phones. So I don't know why he has that, but that is the reality. He has this many mobile phone connections. Now, what about you? How many mobile phone connections do you have? Okay. So another interesting thing here, internet users, 73 million are internet users in the Philippines, and also 73 million are social media users. So almost all people who uses the internet also uses social media. Okay, so you can see the difference here in the previous statistics, in the global statistics. Many are using your internet, but the statistic on those using social media is lower than those who are using the internet per se. So some do not have social media accounts in the world. However, in the Philippines, everyone who uses internet also uses social media. Everyone who uses internet also uses social media. Okay, daily time spent. As we've said, 9 hours and 45 minutes is the daily time spent, average time spent by a Filipino age 16 to 64 years old. So these are the people within the within the survey. Okay, so you have 9 hours and 45 minutes. For those who are using social media, the average is a little bit lower. They use social media about 3 hours and 53 minutes, about 4 hours of social media. Those who watch television, about 3 hours and 49 minutes, which is relatively lower. If you can see this, it is lower than those using the internet. So you can see here the shift now from using television to the use of internet. Okay, so more and more people are using the internet as opposed to watching TV. Now, take us for example. Me and my husband here in our home, we do not have a television. Okay, but we have an internet connection because that is somewhat for us necessary because of our online online communications, and also because of this channel, we need to maintain our online presence also in our works. Okay, next is. Okay, so what about those who are listening or using some streaming services? They have like 2 hours. And for those who are using game consoles, for those who are, playing games online, about 1 hour and 33 minutes. Okay, so as I've told you, as you can see here, 73 million uses your internet. Now, if you want to know what are the most visited websites, so if you're looking at your kids, and what sites are most Filipinos visiting, and here are your statistics, which to me are shocking. So it's given that the number one site is Google. Facebook is second. Third is YouTube. But what worries me is the fourth and the ninth site, which is both adult websites. And they rank as number four. Look at number four. Pornhub.com ranked as fourth, even above Yahoo.com, above Twitter, above Google.com, and above Lazada. So it means that among the 73 million Filipino internet users, most of them go to the Pornhub.com sites. And that speaks volumes, right? That is why, you know, in our society now, there is this change of perspective, even of values, because of the sites that we use to feed our minds. So this is not a laughing matter. This is somewhat very serious. Fourth, in all of the sites, we are watching Pornhub, and I don't know what this one is, but it says there in the category adult, so xnxx.com. I don't know what that site is, but it says adult. So these are the most viewed websites in the Philippines in January of 2020. This is shocking to me. I don't know about you, but this is a cause for alarm. So continuing on, 98% of those who are using the internet use it to watch online videos. If you're here right now, you are part of those 98% who are using your internet to watch this video. Some what 80% are actually watching vlogs. Okay, just like this one. So this is although this is a webinar, but this accounts for as vlog. Listening to music, about 84%. Listening to radio station, 55%. To podcasts, 43%. Now, another, in terms of mobile connection, as you can see here, we have 159%, which means more than 100% of our population is using mobile connection, not necessarily meaning all of us have mobile phones, but it means that more than one mobile phone per person. And 93% are prepaid and 3.1% are postpaid. Okay, look at this. What about social media platforms? What social media are we using here in the Philippines? So, as you can see, based on this, you have Facebook at the highest. You have YouTube, FB Messenger, Instagram, Twitter, Skype, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Viber, Snapchat, WhatsApp, TikTok, Reddit, WeChat, Tumblr, Twitch. Now, here is the question I want to ask you. How many of these social media platforms do you have? And are you able to actually maintain all of them? I cannot imagine. If I will count mine, so I have Facebook, I have YouTube, I have FB Messenger, I have Instagram, I have Twitter, but I'm not using it really. So Skype, I have it, but it's just there. I'm not using it. LinkedIn, I have it, but it's not being used. So should I count it? Okay, wait. So I'm gonna count it. Facebook, YouTube, FB Messenger, Instagram, Twitter, Skype, LinkedIn. I don't have Pinterest. Viber, I don't have that. Snapchat, I don't have that. WhatsApp, what's WhatsApp? I had that, but not anymore. TikTok, Reddit, WeChat, Tumblr, Twitch. So I have seven. Oh, Kakao Talk is not here. So I used Kakao Talk before. But anyway, so I have seven of these many media platforms. What about you? How many of these social media platforms do you have an account with? Okay. So I want you to take note of that. Can you comment that on the comment section below? Let's just see who has the most. Maybe you have something that is not here, a social media platform that you're using it that is not in this list. Can you comment that on the comment section below? Social media has undoubtedly changed our generation. This is now the generation alpha, before which are mistakenly called millennials, right? So millennials, then came Generation Z, then now you have your Generation Alpha. And as you can see, in our families, it's not just the kids who are gadget addicted, or social media addicted, even the parents. I'm not sure about the pets. Obviously, maybe not the pets, but you know, everyone is addicted to social media to the point that they don't see each other anymore or talk to each other anymore except for online. And that is a huge problem. If you will allow social media to affect your life negatively, your family life negatively, then it will change your family dynamics for the worse. So, do you want to know if you are a social media addict based on your scores? Stay tuned for the next session of this webinar, and we will find out if our scores borders on social media addiction or already severe social media addiction. Thank you. And I hope that you saw our password just back then. Thank you so much and see you on the second section.